25 Ford Explorer Active 4-wheel drive, $46,588. 25 Ford F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,943. 25 Ford Bronco 4x4 4-door, $46,882. Ray Varner Ford, local you trust with deals you can count.
Well, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sure hope you had a great day. We didn't see a whole lot of rainfall yesterday, and the good news is, well, we're just not going to see a whole lot of rainfall throughout the day today. We did top out in the upper 80s yesterday. That's pretty much going to be the story throughout the day. We start the morning off nice and comfortable, especially across upper East Tennessee with lower dew points and humidity, and that's allowing our morning lows to come down into the 50s and 60s. So enjoy that for a nice refreshing feel there. Other locations, not bad, but still a little bit muggier than the Tri-Cities area. Forecast high temperatures today, top out in the upper 80s, maybe a couple pockets of low 90s, so pretty average weather today, but a little bit more humidity, and that's going to give us a little bit more of a heat index value, pushing the low 90s. Nothing like we haven't seen so far this year, but just know that it's going to be a little bit of a toastier day. 86 though by 6. Should be a nice evening if you want to do some grilling in the backyard or take a nice little stroll after Sunday night dinner before you head off to bed and get ready for the work week. Or as you get ready for the work week here, we're going to drop down to about 78 degrees by 10 o'clock here tonight. So I hope you have a great day. Now, as we get into our Monday, a little bit more of a heat index value. So we are going to start and continue to heat up the atmosphere over the next several days. Air temperatures will stay in the upper 80s to near 90s, so they're not going to change a whole lot. Morning lows will be in the 60s and low 70s. Even though we have a ridge of high pressure building on end, our dew points are going to be increasing a little bit, especially as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that's going to make it feel just a little bit hotter. So our heat index values will go from the low 90s today, basically into the mid to upper 90s to maybe some low 100s. As we get towards the middle and end of the week, it's potentially going to get just a little bit hotter. The other side of the story is not only are we adding more moisture to the atmosphere for humidity to make it feel a little bit hotter, but we're also adding more low-level moisture to be able to precipitate out of the atmosphere as we get into our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So what does that mean? All that means is we have a better chance for some good solid downpours when the storms or when the showers and thunderstorms start to fire. We're not going a huge chance over the next 7 days, 20% today, 30% Monday, Tuesday, bump it up to about a 40% or so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll tone that down as we get into the upcoming weekend. So I think, that we have a pretty good potential of seeing some pretty good showers on Thursday as the little wave swings its way on through. And you'll see how it's going to add up around the region here. Not much going on from now through Tuesday, but then Wednesday, Thursday, we start to fill that in a little bit. And then we'll go Friday, Saturday, and we'll fill it in just a little bit more as well. So the potential is there to see maybe some decent rain around the area. We're not talking about a ton of rain this week. All right, let's talk about the tropics for a second. A lot of you have probably seen this already on social media. Watch what you share on social. But again, we now have a 70% chance of this becoming our next named storm, which would be Erin. Latest model guidance, though, is going to go ahead and curve it to the north and keep it away from the U.S. mainland. That's the latest model guidance right now. Of course, I'll keep you posted on all things tropics, local weather, national weather, and don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. I sure hope you have a great Sunday. I'll see you back here throughout the day on social media and on all East Tennessee weather platforms.